All right, listen up, you turkeys. I keep hearing these boardroom motivational speakers talking about how if you're on time, you're late, and if you're 5 minutes early, then you're on time. Well, you know what I say? I say them people are idiots. I say they're a few Pikachus short of a full deck of Pokemon cards. On time is on time. In a battle plan, if you're early, people get killed. If you're late, people get killed. If you're on time, you get the victory. Now synchronize them watches and get ready to dig into this new mod.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome back. And here it is. Here's the number 2 of my 3 military-inspired watch mods collection. Last time you saw the Benrus Type 2 homage that I made, and this is, we're gonna go a little bit further back in history. This one is inspired by World War II watches, such as the great A-11, which was commissioned by the U.S. government during World War II. It was manufactured by 3 American watch companies, Bulova, Waltham, and Elgin, out of Elgin, Illinois. And it was done to very specific specifications. The watch had to be able to hack, had to be waterproof, had to be simple enough to repair. There was a number of specifications. I don't recall all of them, but there's plenty of fun information on them online. So this is essentially inspired by that. This simple black Arabic numeral dial. The watch did also have to be luminous. This is the basic look, and I had this idea of putting together this kind of simple military kind of field watch. On eBay, if you look, there's lots and lots of vintage 1970s era Seiko. Usually they're 6309s or 7005s that are coming from India. There's a lot of, they produced a lot of these, and over there guys are kind of throwing them together. So sometimes it's a little bit of a mishmash, but you can get them real cheap. This was a 6309. Hang on, let's see which 6309 it was. I can't remember. 6309 8920. So this is a 6309 8920. Just one of the many dress watches, or really casual, simple watches that were made in that era with the workhorse 6309 movement. Now the movement on this was, well, I'm not gonna say it was rubbish, but I needed it for parts for another project, and it wasn't running great. So I took it out, and luckily enough, the modern 7S26 movement pops right in. It's a little tight, but not anything that that required brute force. So it pops right in, holds firmly, and works obviously great. It's so you got this old case, put in a brand new movement. This dial comes from Raffles Time. You can check him out both on his website and on eBay. Raffles Time. He does dials for Seikos, ETAs, a number of different sizes. He doesn't actually have this kind of A11 style dial for Seiko. This one is meant for an ETA or a Miyota, which means that it was about 1 millimeter in diameter bigger than this case could fit, and I had to trim it down. I didn't think about this initially, but if you look, basically the numbers are a little bit more wider set apart. It actually makes the watch look a little bit less military, a little bit more classier, I think. Yeah, so there you go. So it's I attached the dial with dial dots because the feet were meant for an ETA watch. The hands, this kind of a sword hand, actually just comes from a SNZH 55. The 55 Fathoms watch. Has a very cool military look. Let's see if we can move them around a bit, so you can get a better look at the hands. There you go. Right, it's got the sword, classic sword hands, kind of like what you'd see on the mill sub, as well. This crystal, you can see a nice kind of bubbly, domey crystal. This is actually a stock Hardlex crystal from the SNZH 55 as well. I've replaced quite a few of these. These with sapphire crystals for the 55 Fathoms mods, and I have a few of them lying around, and this fit almost perfectly. Now, this case is obviously not designed for a gasket fit glass crystal, so this one I had to glue it in with GS cement, but it holds well. I wouldn't take this thing diving or maybe even washing dishes. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I've washed dishes with it. But it's a cool look. Yeah. So this is the World War II inspired field watch that I've got. It's kind of like the A11 and a half, or maybe we'll call it a Z-11. I don't know. Oh, one last thing. Let's talk about straps briefly. So what you see here is a NATO strap, the classic twice pass-through NATO and in olive green. This strap, technically, if we're going for the World War II era military watch aesthetic, is not period appropriate. The NATO strap wasn't introduced until the 70s, I believe, by the Royal Air Force or the British Ministry of Defense and what have you. If I wanted to be more period appropriate, I would go with perhaps a single pass-through canvas strap or a two-piece canvas strap, or I would go with one of these. This is a bond clip, something referred to as a bamboo strap or a ladder strap. As you can see from its shape, this is not an actual bond clip. Bond clip was a brand, and this is an aftermarket one. These were some of the first stainless steel bracelets ever produced, and in fact, these were during World War II, during the 40s. These were issued by the British military for watches. So this is still not completely 100% accurate to the watch that I'm the inspiration here, because being inspired by the A11, which is an American watch, those guys are probably wearing canvas straps, single pass-through or two-piece canvas straps. So this is the second of the 3 military-inspired builds. All right, guys. Cheers.
The guy who owns my clinic does it, but there's 2 different types of operations, which are both fine. It's just that she had the other operation done. So
It's always
to
fun.
have
It's right
get it done again. I like to do the same one. Just I don't know if it would make a difference.